Settle down. Stabilize your breathing. Omkara. Nail. O. Nail. O. Namaskara mudra. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryan Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Adi Mudra, you may lean backward. Exhale, bend forward, go down. Inhale and come up, rub your palms. Cup your eyes. Looking at your palms, blink your eyes and open. Uttishthatu, come to standing. Gentle warm up. Hands on your chest. Jogging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forward kicking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Backward. 1, 2, 9, 10. Sideways. Jogging. 9, 10, walking. Mukadauti, inhale through the nose, expel through the mouth. Shikila Tadasana, relax. Allow your breathing to come back to normal. Lengthen your breathing. Surya Namaskara. 10 step Surya Namaskar. 110 counts. Surya Namaskara mantra. Om Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasyapi Hitam Mukam Tatvam Bhushana Apavrano Satya Dharmaya Drishtaye. Ekam Asta Uttana Dve Padahasta त्रीणि राइट लेग बैक अश्व संचालन चत्वारि दंडासन पंच अष्टांग नमस्कार षड भुजंगासन सप्त पर्वतासन अष्ट राइट लेग फॉरवर्ड अश्व संचालन नव पादहस्त दश हस्त उत्थान एकादश पादहस्त त्रयोदश दंडासन चतुर्दश अष्टांग नमस्कार पंचदश भुजंगासन षोडश पर्वतासन सप्तादश लेफ्ट लेग फॉरवर्ड अष्टादश पादहस्त just 1 minute, let me adjust my internet. I hope it will be better now. Okay. Navadasha asta uttana. Vimshatihi padahasta. Ekavimshati right leg back. Dvavimshati dandasana. Trivimshatihi ashtanga namaskara. Chatusvimshati bhujangasana. Panchavimshati parvatasana. Shadvimshati Ashwasanchalana. Saptavimshati Padahasta. Ashtavimshati inhale. Navavimshati exhale. Trimshat inhale, left leg back. Ekatrimshat right leg back. Dvatrimshat Ashtanga Namaskara. Tritrimshat Bhujangasana. Chatushrimshat Parvatasana. Panchatrimshat left leg forward. Shatrimshat Saptatrimshat Ashtatrimshat. People on the chair can do chair Surya Namaskara. Navatrimshat Chatvarimshat Ekachatvarimshat Dvachatvarimshat Trichatvarimshat Chatuschatvarimshat Panchachatvarimshat Shadchatvarimshat Saptachatvarimshat Ashtachatvarimshat Navachatvarimshat Panchashat Ekapanchashat Dvapanchashat Trayopanchashat.
Guruji, can you repeat the name of the asana as well
Chatupanchashat.
once more?
Sorry?
Can you repeat the name of the asanas also once more, please?
I will do that, yeah.
Thank you.
Chatushpanchashat. Panchapanchashat asta uttana. Shadpanchashat padahasta. Saptapanchashat ashwasanchalana. Ashtapanchashat dandasana. Navapanchashat Ashtanga Namaskara. Shashtihi Bhujangasana. Ekashashtihi Parvatasana. Dvashashtihi Ashwasanchalana. Trishashtihi Padahasta. Chatushashtihi Asta Uttana. Panchashashtihi Padahasta. Shadshashtihi Ashwasanchalana. Saptashashtihi Dandasana. Ashtashashtihi Ashtanga Namaskara. Navashashtihi Bhujangasana. Saptatihi Parvatasana. Ekasaptati Ashwasanchalana. Dvashastati Padahasta. Trayosaptati Asta Uttana. Padahasta. Ashwasanchalana. Dandasana. Ashtanga Namaskara. Bhujangasana. Parvatasana. Ashwasanchalana. Padahasta. Ekashitihi Dvashitihi Asta Uttana. Trayoshitihi चतुशीतिः पंचशीतिः षट्शीतिः सप्ताशीतिः अष्टाशीतिः नवाशीतिः नवति एकनवति द्वानवति त्रैनवति चतुष्नवति पंचनवति षण्णवति सप्तनवति अष्टानवति नवनवति एकशतम् एकम् द्वे त्रीणि चत्वारि पंच षट् सप्त अष्ट नव दश रिलैक्स slow down your breathing. Samasthiti, feet close to each other. Namaskara Mudra. Patanjali Prarthana. Om Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Cha Vaidhyakena Yopakarotam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Panjaliranatosmi Abahu Purushakaram Shankachakrasidarinam Sahasrashirasham Shvetam Pranamami Patanjali. Om श्रीमते अनंताय नागराजाय नमो नमः। Tadasana. Feet close to each other. Distribute your body weight across the whole of your feet, left and right, heel and the toe, palm facing forward, chest open. Align your back straight, knees above the ankle, hip above the knee, shoulder above the hip, head is erect. Try to stay still. See whether you can stop the movement of the body. If possible, close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your breathing. Stay there without movement. Feel your lungs filling up as you inhale and exhale. Hasta Uttana Asana. Inhale, stretch your arms sideways, palm facing upward. Continue inhalation. Bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra. Keep the alignment of your back and head in the same straight line, vertical line. As you inhale, inflate your chest, inflate your stomach. One, two, close your eyes, observe your breathing. Three, elbow straight, touch your biceps to your ears. Four, five, gently open your eyes, fix your focus on a point in front of you at eye level. Gently shift your weight to your toes, stand on your toes, raise your heels, stay there. Try to maintain balance. One, two, three, four, five. Exhale, bring your heel down. Drop your right hand to the right side. Gently bend to the right. Look at your left palm. Ardha Kati Chakrasana. One. Left bicep touching your left ear. Two. Don't bend the elbow. Three. Four. No movement, please. Keep together. Five. Inhale and stretch up both hands together above the head. Exhale, drop your left hand, bend towards the left, look at your right palm. One, 2, push your hip to the right to exaggerate the stretch. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale and stretch up both palms together. Interlock your fingers. Exhale, bring your hands in front of your chest. Turn your palm outwards, feet together. Exhale, rotate your upper body to the right side. Keep your hips looking front. Look at the back of your palm. Raise your hands to the height of your face. Kati Chakrasana. 1, 2, don't turn your hip. Hip continues to look towards the front. Only upper body turns. So keep turning the hip towards the left, upper body towards the right. So there's a torsional rotation. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, turn your upper body to the left side. 1, easy breathing. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come back to center. Make your hands parallel to each other, facing the floor, palm facing downward. Exhale, stretch forward, half bend. Look at your fingertip. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, bend down. You can bend your knees. People with back pain, knee pain don't happen. 1, bend your knees, try to touch your tip of the fingers to the floor. 2, people with back pain should avoid. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale and come up, half bend forward, stretch forward. Inhale and stretch up. Exhale, drop your hands sideways, palm facing downward, complete the exhalation, relax. Typically, in Hatha Yoga, you always do complementary asana. If you bend to the right, you have to follow it up by bending to the left. If you bend forward, follow it up with bending backward. They always go in pairs in Hatha Yoga. So since we are bent forward, now we should bend backwards. Ardha Chakrasana. Place your hands on your hips, legs hip width apart. Feet parallel to each other. Place your palm on the curve of your buttock. Try to touch the tip of your thumb together. Bring your elbows close to each other. Open up your chest. As you inhale, look upwards, gently start bending backwards. Allow the body to drop. Do not squeeze your buttock or your lower back. Allow the body to drop. You can stay there with your eyes open. Only people who are comfortable can close their eyes. 1. Loosen your buttocks, don't squeeze, or your lower back, keep them loose. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Inhale and come up. Exhale. Keep your palm on the top of your thighs. Allow the hands to slide down the feet. Inhale and come up. Relax. So standing asanas, we started with Tadasana. Hasta Uttana A and B. A is with heel on the floor, B with heels elevated. Then Ardhakati Chakrasana, bending towards the right side and bending towards the left side. And then Pada Hastasana, placing your palm in front of your feet on the floor. And Ardha Chakrasana, bending backwards. So typically, most asanas, almost all asanas will have 6 degrees of movement for the spine. One is forward bending, backward bending, bending to the left, bending to the right. 4 movement, twisting to the right, twisting to the left. These are the 6 movements you normally find. These are the only 6 directions that the spine can move. So definition of an asana as defined by Patanjali in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. There are a couple of definitions which qualify a asana. First one is Sthiram Sukham Asanam. The posture has to be stable, Sthira. It has to be comfortable, Sthiram and Sukham. So, when you reach a position where you are stable and comfortable, that's the first qualification for an asana. Second qualification he defines as Prayatna Shaitilyam. You let go of all further effort, then you continue to remain in that posture effortlessly. Prayatna Shaitilyam, second qualification. And the third qualification is Ananta Samapatyabhyam. Focus on the infinite. That means you go into a meditative state. Or relax and keep the mind calm and tranquil. These are the 3 qualifications necessary for an asana. May not be possible for a beginner at this stage, but that is the goal. When you say that you are doing an asana, all these 4 conditions have to be met. Sthira, Sukha, Prayatna Shaitilyam, and Ananta Samapatyabhyam. Most important of all them is Sthira, stability, especially in standing asanas. Always ensure that your body is stable before you attempt anything else. Let us also try a couple of sitting asanas. Cross your legs and come to sitting position and stretch your legs. For people sitting on the chair, I'll give you modifications. People sitting on the chair can continue to sit on the chair. I'll give you modifications for the chair. First is Vakrasana. So this is for people on the chair. For people on the chair, Vakrasana on the chair. Take your left hand, keep it on the right knee. Take your right hand behind your chair towards the left side. Rotate your body and look to the right side. Stay there with easy breathing. Stiram Sukhamasana. Let go of the effort. Prayatna Shaikinyam. And Ananta Samapadhyabhyam. Keep a smile on the face. Enjoy the slow breathing. Once you have done 5 breaths, slowly release. Come back to normal. Similarly, repeat on the left side. Take your right hand, keep it outside the left knee. You can keep the palm facing outward. Take your left hand, wrap it around the chair to the opposite side. Knees are together, only upper body twist. Stiram Sukhamasana. Prayatna Shaikinya. Ananta Samapadhyabhyam. 5 breaths, release and come back to normal. This is for people on the chair. For people on the floor, stretch your legs. Fold your right knee. Left toe pointed towards the ceiling. Make your left hand into a fist. One fist gap between the feet. With your left elbow, hug the right knee. Take your right hand behind your back. Place it on the floor. Fingers pointing away from the body. Gently turn back. Turn back. Try to look over the right shoulder. Easy breathing. Try to touch your left shoulder to the right knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, release your left hand, raise your hand up, bring it down, and straighten your feet. Always do right side first before you do the left side. Sai sir. First, always right. Don't do left, sir, first. Anytime you do a twisting, the compression should be on the right side first, and then followed by the left side compression. But there is an anatomical reason for that. Vakrasana on the left side. Again, fold your left leg now. One fist gap between the feet. Hug your left knee with your right hand. Turn towards the left side. Try to look behind. Both your buttocks are firmly resting on the floor. Don't raise your buttocks. Keep your buttocks resting comfortably on the floor. Twist and look behind. Easy breathing. Count your inhalation, count your exhalation. As you inhale, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you exhale, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 breaths, 5 inhalation and exhalation. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, stretch your right hand up. Exhale, release and relax. This asana is called Vakrasana. Vakra is twisted asana. Let us repeat it once more with a small variation for people who can do it. Hold your right leg. Turn to the right side. Stretch your left hand up. Now bring your left hand from outside the right knee. Hold your right ankle. And look behind. Second variation, only for people who can do it. If you can't do that, hug your knee. 5, 4, look behind. 3, don't hold your breath. You should never hold your breath. 2 and 1. Inhale and stretch up. Stretch up. Exhale and release. Stretch your legs, relax. Similarly, Vakrasana on the left side, fold your left leg. Take your left hand behind, turn to the left side, raise your right hand up, twist your body fully, then bring it from outside the left knee and hold your ankle. If possible, otherwise hug the knee. Right toe pointed towards the ceiling. Don't overstrain, Rajashri ji, don't overstrain. If it's not possible, hug the knee, it will come one day, don't worry. Don't be in a hurry. Hug and turn behind. Don't overstrain and get injured. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale and stretch up. Exhale, release. Relax. There was compression on the right side first, followed by compression on the left side. Allow all the compressed organs to return to normal. Similarly, when there was compression on the right side, left side was stretched, and vice versa. Allow all the parts to come back to normal. Come to Sukhasana or Padmasana if you can, or Ardha Padmasana. People sitting on the chair can continue to sit. These are the concluding asanas. Yoga Mudra Asana. Hold your elbows behind your back. People sitting on the chair, hold your wrist behind your back. Lift your spine up. Lead with your chin. As you exhale, gently stretch forward. Allow the body to drop. Slow, long inhalation, long exhalation. As you inhale, count up to 10. As you exhale, count up to 10. One, two, three, four, five. Inhale and come up. Place your palm behind your back, fingers pointing towards the body, behind your buttocks. Lift your spine up, arch your spine forward, drop your head back, open your chest, stay there and breathe. Yoga Mudrasana, breathe. 10 counts inhalation, 10 counts exhalation, 5 breaths. One, two, three, four, five. Straighten your body. Adopt Chinna Mudra on your knees. Padmasana, chin on the chest. Slow breathing. Spine straight. One, two, three, four, five. Inhale and raise your head. Let us practice Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. Right hand, fold your first two fingers. Index finger and middle finger is closed. Place your thumb on the right nostril. Ring finger, small finger on the left nostril. Now you will inhale from the left side, exhale to the right, inhale from the right, exhale from the left. So when you inhale from the left, close your right nostril. When you exhale from the right, close your left nostril. When breathing is happening on the right side, left nostril is closed. When inhalation, exhalation is happening on the left side, right nostril is closed. So when I say close, do not push your nose with force. It is gentle pressure, press and release, squeeze and release. Do not push your nose. The nose should not get deviated. Back straight, head direct. Close your right side gently. Inhale from the left. Close your left, open the right. Exhale from the right. Inhale from the right. Close your right, open your left, exhale from the left. Inhale from the left. Close your left, open the right, exhale from the right. Inhale from the right. Close the right, open the left, exhale from the left. Inhale from the left. Close your left, open your right, exhale from the right. Inhale from the right. Close your right, open the left, exhale from the left. Release your hand. Chinna Mudra. Thumb and index finger touching together, tips are touching together, called Chinna Mudra. Also called as Jnana Mudra. Close your eyes, observe your breathing, observe your body. You can do a mental japa. I will teach you japa in the next session. If you are used to practicing japa, do a mental japa. One Omkara. Inhale. Om. Feel the vibrations of Omkara flowing through your body. Namaskara Mudra, Shanti Mantra. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayah. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschid Dukkhabhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Tat Sat. Adi Mudra. Inhale, lean backwards. Exhale, bend forward, go down, seek the blessings. Inhale and come up. Touch your palms. Cup your eyes. Cup your palms. Spread the warmth on your body. Looking at your palm, blink your eyes and open. Namaste, Dhanyavadaha. I did not give you Shavasana. For people who have time, I suggest relax in Shavasana for about 5-10 minutes. Otherwise, if you have any questions, you can ask.
Sir, namaste. Subramanian, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for this pranayama also, or the other conditions will apply, or we can do it anytime?
Pranayamas, what is your question, sir? I couldn't get you.
You know, this food intake conditions are there, 3 hours before.
Yeah. All practices are on empty stomach only.
Okay, this pranayama.
Your voice is clipping, sir. All practices are on empty stomach only.
Okay, sir.
It is never done. I mean, you never do any of these practices after food.
Okay.
Sir, can you please show the mudra for closing the nostrils, please? Is it?
First 2 fingers closed.
Yeah.
Ring finger and small finger open. Thumb on the right nostril. Ring finger, small finger on the left nostril. So, do not, I normally recommend that all the 3 fingers must be on the nose all the time. Just pinch and release, pinch and release. You just pinch, open, because if you lift your finger, you will tend to push your nose. Right? So I recommend that you don't lift your fingers from the nose. It's just pinch and release. The palm comes below the nostril. I will tell you why it should come below the nostril. There are a lot of people who do keeping the fingers on the forehead and all that. Not at this stage. Those are all advanced, only for advanced practitioners who have control over their breathing.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, so should we do all these days you taught the warm-up exercises. So before these asanas, should we do those every time?
Yeah, I recommend that basically because do not get into asanas unless your body has loosened up.
Pardon me, I couldn't hear you.
No, do not get into asana practice before loosening up the body.
Okay.
Right. See, if you are going to practice Surya Namaskara properly, we can skip the warm-up.
Okay.
Right. Generally, what we do is when we get into Surya Namaskara directly, but since you are still at the beginning stage, that is why I continue to do the warm-up.
Okay.
Warm-up achieves 2 purposes. One is it gets rid, moves you away from tamasic state or rajasic state.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Because especially if you're doing it early morning, for people who are doing it early morning, you are just woken up and you are still in a lazy mood.
Yes.
So it moves you into the rajasic state. Second thing, it starts circulating the blood around the body.
Okay.
And your breathing also. You do the Dauti also, right?
Hmm.
So you do that. So I suggest you do that till you are able to gain control over your body. Then you get to understand your body better. Though you have had it for the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years.
Yes.
We really do not understand our body. Once we start understanding our body, then we know what we can do, what we cannot do.
Okay.
Right now, it is recommended to follow the practice so that you don't hurt yourself.
Okay.
Right? So you do the loosening practice. Actually, you do the breathing practice, do the loosening practice, do the Surya Namaskara, then do the asana. And the asana also has got a specific sequence. Standing, sitting, on the stomach, on the back. So it goes to the sequences.
Okay.
So there are specific sequences to be followed.
So
And we conclude with pranayama. Pranayama is always done at the end, typically.
So we can do the loosening and then Surya Namaskara and then these exercises. What you taught today.
Asanas.
Asanas, yeah.
There's a lot of difference between exercise and a yoga practice.
Okay.
When you say exercise, it is an abhyasa.
Hmm.
We do not do abhyasa, we do sadhana.
Okay. That's nice. Yeah.
Because if you are doing as an exercise, exercise drains your body.
Yes.
At the end of any exercise session, you are tired and exhausted.
Yes.
At the end of a yoga session, you should feel energetic and full of life.
Okay.
You should see the difference.
Yes.
At the end of the 1 hour yoga practice, you will be more energetic than when you started.
Started. Okay.
So that means you're doing it rightly. If you're feeling exhausted, then you're yet to gain control over your body and your breath.
Hmm. Okay.
Right? You should feel energetic.
Okay. Okay, sir.
I have one more question, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
In the Surya Namaskar, not the 10 sequence, the other sequence where we do the
Shankasana.
that asana. You said there's one place where we hold our breath when we do the Ashtang. Is it Ashtang?
When you do the 12 steps Surya Namaskara, in Ashtanga Namaskara, you hold your breath.
For how long? Because it almost feels like it's continuous. So do we pause for like how for 5 breaths? Hold for 5 counts?
Yeah. So it all depends on what is your inhalation count, what is your exhalation count. Before we started Surya Namaskara, we balanced our inhalation exhalation, right?
Yes.
And we maintained that throughout the practice.
Yes.
Till you reach Shavasana.
Okay.
Okay, so that means you have got control over your breathing.
Yes.
To maintain your inhalation capacity, exhalation capacity throughout the practice till you lie down in Shavasana at the end of 60 minutes. Right, so your hold is equivalent to your inhalation exhalation capacity. One of them. If you're doing 5 counts inhalation, 5 counts exhalation, 5 counts hold.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Yeah. Dhanyawad.
No more questions?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
We did not do relaxation today,
Correct.
but I felt very relaxed. What was the magic? Seriously, suddenly when you said Shanti Mantra, just before that, I was like, like that. So, but there was no relaxation. So it was like, where did that happen?
Relaxation happens when your mind calms down. Relaxation is not for the body.
So yeah, okay. Maybe just that slow breathing with the chin mudra probably would have made the relaxation happen. Maybe.
What do you mean by relaxation?
You just said mind being slowing down of the mind and calming down of the mind.
Yeah, so relaxation is when activity slows down, especially mental activity slows down. See, okay, let us try and understand what is relaxation. You watch a movie, you feel relaxed.
Not really. Sometimes I get agitated also.
Yeah, say, yeah, or you listen to music, you feel relaxed.
Yes.
Why? What happens? What happens then?
That is happiness, calmness. Maybe. I don't know.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yes,
That is Pakkavadya. Doesn't matter. So what happens in that stage is, see what happens is, there are 5 identifiable mental states. Okay. What Patanjali classifies as Kshipta, Muda, Vikshipta, Ekagrata and Samadhi. Okay, so the 5 mental states he qualifies. Normally you are in the state of Kshipta. Kshipta means you have so many thoughts about so many things in so many directions. Every thought leads to an action. Whether it is physical or not, there is an action for every thought. Okay, that action could be in terms of your emotion. That action could be in terms of some hormone release. Right, so that keeps happening. So that is Kshipta. In that state, you are always confused. That is why it's called Muda. The next step is called Muda because you do not know what needs to be done when. You are confused. I mean, there's so many things hitting you. Right? Then you go on to the next step where you go to Vikshipta. That is what we are trying to achieve, saying that when I say focus only on your breathing, when I say focus only on your breathing, feel the temperature of the breath, inhalation and exhalation. Feel the speed of the breath. Feel the volume of the breath. So now what is happening is all your thoughts are on breath, but different attributes of the breath. So the object is one, but the different attributes of that object. So that is called as Vikshipta, Vishesha Shipta. That is what we are trying to achieve. Then the next step will be Ekagrata, where only on, say, the breath flowing at the tip of the nose. Only at the tip of the nose, you're only looking for the sensation. Everything else is forgotten. That is ekagrata. So that means the mind is focused only on that. That is also our goal. That is the next step where we try to achieve. After that, the tip of the nose also vanishes. That also stops. You are muted.
Yes.
Okay. So that is the state of samadhi where the thoughts also cease. Technically, I mean, normally it is not possible because you cannot have empty thoughts, because in nature, nature does not allow for vacuum to get created. If there is emptiness, something has to fill it.
Yes.
Right. So fill it up with what you want. Do not allow itself to be filled up. That is what we are saying. Use the breath as a tool. That's why in the beginning classes I said we use the body and the breath as instruments. They are instruments. That is why we call it a sadhana. We don't call it as abhyasa. Sadhana means what? It is an instrument. Sadhanam. It is an instrument we are using. We are using the body and our breath as an instrument. For what? For gaining mastery over the mind. No control. You can't control the mind. Because you cannot tell the mind not to think about the monkey on the roof. If you tell the mind, don't think about the monkey on the roof, you will only see the monkey on the roof.
Yes, true, very true.
That is control. You can't control, but you can master. What do you mean by mastery? Whatever it sees, will I allow it to influence me? If I see somebody whom I don't like, will I let my emotions take over? That's what I mean by mastery. Will that revulsion come? Will that anger come? Will that krodha come? So that is what we are trying to do. We are trying to gain mastery over the mind so that the mind is in your control. You cannot decide what the mind should accept or not accept, because that's not in your control. Because you have 5 sense organs which are focused to the outside environment, outside of you. Right? And they will constantly keep receiving information. They receive the information, the mind processes that information and translates into something what is meaningful to you. Right? You may like, say, rasgulla. If you and your friends go to a restaurant and rasgulla comes onto your table, each person's reaction need not be the same. Okay? You may like rasgulla, so your mouth will water. Some person may not like rasgulla, he or she will feel revulsion. So it is not the attribute of rasgulla to create like, love or hate. It is the attribute of your filtered mind that puts an impression on the object that you see. Right?
Yes, yes, very true. Yeah.
Rasgulla by itself, it was so loving, then everybody who sees a rasgulla must love it. Correct? That doesn't happen, right?
Yes.
So it is your filters. So the information you saw your rasgulla, then you apply a filter. Oh, I love this. Then the feeling of love comes. Or I hate it. Then the feeling of hate comes. Moment those impressions come, the thought comes, that thoughts get converted to action, both physically, physiologically, and emotionally. So that is why thoughts are important. So it leads to action, action leads to further thought, thought leads to action, action leads to further thought. So it's a vicious cycle. So how do you slow down? Slow down the body. That's why asana, stiram sukham asanam, stay there, ananta samapathyabhyam, relax, enjoy the posture, whatever is your comfortable posture. In our sadhana, when you do sadhana, we are not worried about the perfection of the posture. There is nothing called as perfect. Because each asana should look like this only is not there. The only reason we try to correct you so that you do not get injured. So all the people who are not switching on their cameras, they are running a risk because you may injure yourself. That is why we insist on you switch on your camera so that I can correct. Right? So asana, there is nothing called as perfect, because as your body starts opening up, the more you let go, the more you surrender. Again, you look at it from a mental perspective. The more you let go, the more you surrender, the more easy the asana becomes. Nothing is achieved by force. What can be achieved is only through letting go and surrender. And this is true of your life also.
Yes.
You cannot achieve anything through force. And when you reach that state, Krishna says in the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Yogasu Karmasu Kaushalam. Then that yoga, your karma becomes Kaushalam, very skillful. Right? When you achieve Kshipta and Ekagrata, you will have so much of energy within you. Because every thought that is coming into your mind is dissipating your energy, is using up your energy. So when the intensity of the thoughts start reducing, you will start feeling more and more energetic. That is what will happen.
Oh,
You will start learning, understanding your body as you go along. Only request is you got onto the train.
never,
Right?
never get down.
If you do not get down from the train, because even if you sleep on the train, when you wake up, you're still on the train. You can always ask your co-passenger what stations you went by and where are you. But if you get down from the train is gone.
Correct. Very nice information. Very thought-provoking and opening also.
Yeah. So this is all about your mind. It's got nothing to do with the body. The mind has to still. In the still waters of the lake, of the pond, you can see the bottom of the lake. Every thought that comes into your mind is a ripple on the surface of the lake. More the number of ripples, you do not see the bottom of the lake. That's simple analogy. Keep that in mind. If you have to look at the water is clear. The water could also be dirty. For converting the dirty water to clean water, we do kriyas. I will come to the kriya portion later. We will do a set of kriyas where we do shat kriyas. There are shat kriyas which you normally do to get rid of the toxins from the body. Right? And then, actually, technically, if you look at it in Hatha Yoga, you are supposed to do the kriyas first before you get into asana practice.
Okay.
And we practice what is called as Ashtanga Yoga. Ashta Anga Yoga. Ashta means 8. So there are eight limbs for this yoga defined by Patanjali. How many of you have seen Patanjali?
Yeah, the snake body with the Sangha Chakra, I think. No?
Yeah, I'll get you the picture 1 minute. So this is Patanjali, Maharshi Patanjali. So when we say the prayer to him, Patanjali is credited with 3 important things. He is credited with Samskrita Vyakarna, okay, and medicine.
Vyakarana's Panini, no? Patanjali also has done.
Yeah.
Oh.
So when you do the prayer, you say that na yogena chittasya sudena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidyakenam. So yogena chittasya, with the help of yoga, he cleared the chitta. Right? Then with the help of Vyakarna, he cleared the Vakyam.
Oh, okay.
And with the help of the getting rid of the malam, he cleared the Sharira. So these are the 3 things which you say about Patanjali when you do the prayer to Patanjali.
Okay.
Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidyakenam yopakarotam pravaram muninam Patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi. What is the meaning of Patanjali?
And that I've heard. So falling in the hands when his mother was doing Argyam. She has her father, huh?
Ah.
Oh. So he saw a snake baby in his hand or something. Anjali
Anjali, this is Anjali. Hands are Anjali. Pata is to fall. So he fell into the Anjali, that's why it's called Patanjali. Who is he? Who is he?
Incarnation of Garuda. I'm not sure.
Abahu Purushakaram. Abahu. Bahu. Bahu is shoulder. Above the shoulder is a Purusha. Abahu Purushakaram. Shanka Chakra. Shanka Chakrasi Dharinam. Who holds Shanka and Chakra?
Vishnu, Narayana.
Shanka Chakrasi Dharinam. Sahasra Shirasham Shvetam. Sahasra Shirasa. Who's got Sahasra Shirasha? 1000 heads.
Adisheshan.
Adishesha.
Adishesha. Sahasra Shirasham Shvetam. Pranamami Patanjali. So that's what we are saying. He has got 1000 heads. So he's Adishesha. He's reincarnation of Adishesha. That is why he came as a snake.
Oh.
So the story goes that the Adi Yogi is Ishvara, Shiva. So if you look at our scriptures, Shiva Samhita is a dialogue between Shiva and Parvati, where Parvati is asking questions, Shiva is explaining about what is yoga, how does it work. It's a Shiva Samhita is one of our scriptural texts. And Adishesha listened to that. And then he expressed a desire to Shiva saying that I also want to study this. So Shiva blesses him saying that you'll be born as a Patanjali, you'll be born in the mortal world, and there you will establish yoga and come back. So that is Adishesha visiting the mortal world. That's how Patanjali descends.
Oh. We have been blessed to have sages and rishis, and
Correct.
many people don't know, especially many people in India don't know.
Right. So this is our text. Is our. I will maybe in the next session I will talk about it in slightly more detail, or maybe I will invite Jaikumar ji to come and talk about it. Where does yoga find reference in our scriptures? Is it part of our scriptures or it is outside our scriptures? Is it part of our Vedas or not? Where do we get the reference for that? We should know about it.
Correct.
Right?
Have you written any books or articles? Have you written any books or articles?
Who, sir?
Who? You. About all these things.
No. No, sir. Time is yet to come for that. So I think we're getting late, 7:25, 7:23. See you then next week. Next week, I do not know whether we'll have a session
Thank
or
you,
not
sir.
because it's falling during Diwali, right? Deepavali.
Bali, correct,
Yes, sir.
correct.
So I'll put
Correct.
in a WhatsApp group. Let us take an opinion there.
Okay.
Anyway, the recording is there. So
Mm.
if the sessions do not happen, then you can practice it with the recording. Or if the session happens, we will be. Okay, then thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, sir.
Dhanyawadaha.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
So much.